All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It is a Monday. And it's the Monday after daylight savings time. Ugh. I feel awful after that. Kid, it's good to see you, man. Hey, Adam. And Adam, I got your message. I gotta respond to everything on Discord after stream today. I've got a huge backlog to get through. Huge backlog. And yeah, Ken, I saw we've made some leaps and bounds in Evocati. I still need to get in there and test that. I have not been able to get in at all because I have just not really been around. And admittedly, when I have been around, it's been in, you know, Helldivers. So ooh, squirrel, a nice camera, huh? Tell us about the nice new camera. And yeah, you should always record a ferry ride. Ferries are nice. I've never really been on a ferry. Like, I rode on a boat in Chicago. It wasn't really a ferry. It was like a... I mean, I guess you could count it as a ferry. Like, they kind of build it as like a boat tour, but they don't actually say anything. So really, it's just a ride. And hey, Motherfig! Oh, the C2's back in the pledge store? Why? Hey, Fishhead. Fish, I got a story you might appreciate here in a little while. I'm gonna wait to tell it just a bit so I can just get my bearings again. Hey, Phaedrus. Phaedrus, dude, I need to thank you again for Helldivers. It's been a kind of a trying week, and I have found a lot of solace in Helldivers. Um, I've had a guest over. Technically, I've had two guests over. One was anticipated, but not wanted. And the other one was not anticipated, but is wanted. And, yeah, it's been a very... I'm also very sorry. I could have, like, given you guys a notification. I could have made a post or something. And I just did not. So, I do apologize for that. Oh, gotcha, squirrel. Yeah, man. Hey, Arden. Wait, Fish, what do you mean eggs? Are they... Is there an egg event? Or do you mean weevil eggs?
Welcome to the
You know, they should have like a weevil egg event around Easter. And hey, Raymon. I am... I feel so tired. And I haven't really done anything to warrant that feeling.
Your vehicle has
Another thing, she's not gonna get named Colin. What the crap is that? Is that... Oh, it's Degnus Root. Get out of here, Degnus Root. Ken!
Torpedo burrito!
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, I have had to subsist on the gas station discount ices. Not to be confused with gas station regular ices. Ooh, fish. Nice. Hey, Stout. Oh, man, I've had a lot of stuff up. God, where do I start? And Jam, I'm not, but they are. Hey, Temple. Nice, Raymon. Hey, Raymond, maybe you could actually answer a question for me. Just curious. Just absolutely curious. Um, yeah, James, it has been, and that one's on me. I had some. We've been entertaining, and I use the air quotes here. A guest. Technically two, but yeah. But actually, Raymond and anybody else in the UK area, if you could answer a question for me, how common and pervasive are carpet beetles in the common UK household? Just curious. It's for a thing. Oh God, I haven't played in over a week. Let's run something just a smidge easier. We'll go do a barrel route. Yeah, Squirrel, how are those videos going, by the way?
Thank you. Please visit again.
And Raymond, you don't have any pictures of what they did with it, as far as like the update goes? Why is that taking so long to spool up? All right, so Motherfig, you've never heard of carpet beetles, and maybe it's just a Scottish thing. Maybe it's Scottish. And Jim, I did hear about that. Oh, Coyote, I am. I'm going all of 0 feet to go see it. Okay, so the reason I ask, all right, so the reason I've been gone all last week, I have a friend who has a boyfriend from Scotland. I say lives in Scotland. They met while playing D&D online, and they came over to America to visit. And I was really hesitant on this dude. Just like everything I heard was like red flags. And the dude gets here, and it's like watching a bunch of red flags explode into more red flags. And oh, what a specimen. What a specimen. I don't even know where to start. A nice squirrel. Oh yeah, Jim, I haven't got to see Dune 2 yet. I saw Labyrinth last night. They brought that back to theaters. That was fun. You know, Fishhead, it wasn't the boozing. It wasn't the boozing. Okay, so yeah. Let me start from the beginning. They meet while playing D&D. And their characters fall in love, whatever, yada 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 yada. And she decides she's going to go over to Scotland and stay with him for a while. And the individual that she is dating is 28 years old, has never had a job in their life. And like, you know, if this was like Thatcher era, I guess I could get it, but just every interaction is just some of the most pretentious, uninformed statements that I have ever heard in my life. It's like, how do you have such a pretentious opinion on a world that you've never participated in? But she gets there, and the apartment they live in, because they've been living on the dole, is just covered in empty bottles and all this stuff. Carpet beetles everywhere. Like, you have to put on shoes at night to go to the bathroom because of the amount of carpet beetles. And like, you just step on them. And basically just had an entire room full of trash. I just basically open the door, throw it in there, close it. And the excuse was that the garbage people had been on strike. And I emailed the city just to ask, and there had been no strike. But she's still absolutely head over heels for this guy. Just like monumentally just starstruck on a cloudy night, you know? Like, there is no bright spots to this. Yeah, Chris, really. Like, you know, I understand, like, you know, you get depressed, you let some things go. But just, Anyway, just as a quick precursor, you know, they come over here. They land, I forget what day they landed. But anyway, fast forward, they come over here. So I finally get to meet this person for myself. And, oh boy. Oh boy, guys. Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. You think you don't have a chance with the people you're interested in? You are wrong. You are so wrong. You are so incredibly wrong. Just go for it, man. Like, yeah, Fishhead, like, flew to Arkansas, and we picked this dude up, and oh man, the quotes. I mean, Jim, that is correct. I am an idiot, and I have boundless confidence. But sometimes it just goes delusional. Like, okay. How to even start? Thank you, Squirrel. Thank you, man. Although I will tell you, I have actually already taken pills today. Oh, yeah, Jen. That is the truth. Hey, Mabutu! But, like, okay, where do I start? Like I said, 28. Dude's never had a job. And I know this is probably going to open up like some sort of political can of worms that I did not plan on. But claims to... Hello? Anyway, claims to be an anarchist while spending 10 years living on a government dole. And applying to jobs that they cannot get so they can stay on the dole. Oh, kid, I'm sorry. I mean, Raymon, it hasn't really come up that I've heard. And all that can stay where it is. But, it's just very pretentious. Because they keep claiming that they're built to be a laborer and they just want to labor, they just want to work for a living. And yet they don't. Never have. Well, James, supposedly this particular individual was unable to get a job at a Papa John's, which, admittedly, if I was the manager of a Papa John's, I would want someone with slight experience because working in food is devastatingly difficult at times. And it's not necessarily the food, it's the lack of resources and dealing with people while trying to make the food. But I digress. Yeah, see, Anathema, I'm gonna keep my mouth quiet on that one, because I feel like that would just cause a whole breakdown of all civilities in the discourse. It just feels like a very odd position to take when you practice none of it, and also decide you want to go to a Walmart instead of, like, the smaller independent grocery store here in town, because they have cheaper prices. But anyway. There were some real great gems. Like, we went to Waffle House and starts talking about how bacon was invented in Scotland, which... No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, Chris, no, this person gets tired out going up some stairs. Like, the most labored thing they've ever had was a breath. But, and then we went somewhere, we went and got some Indian food, and I got tikka masala, and it's like, oh, you know, Scotland invented tikka masala. It's like, did Scotland invent it? Or, like, did an Indian dude who moved to Scotland invent it? Just claiming all the stuff that was invented in Scotland that clearly was not. And it's like, Scotland has a lot of things. Bacon isn't one of them. Oh, yeah, no, fish head for sure. Like, this person plays D&D, and, I'm pretty sure they've never played anything but a rogue, because they're used to taking advantage as much as they can. Hold on, where's my... There we go. Sorry. Yeah, see, Moon, now that's something to be proud of. Yes, Jim, he is Scottish. Like, in a deep-fried Mars bar, come on. You deep-fry something, like, that's gonna be a staple right there. Fishhead, he was not cool enough to pack a robe and a wizard hat. No, negative, James. I think I've paid for 2 things. One was a movie ticket, which we'll get into later. And, I think the other one was, like, a soda from a gas station. Also, Moon, it's good to see you, buddy. But no, so like there was another. Oh, what was it? Oh,
Landing gear up.
so like we all head over to like her family's house, so the family can meet this person and poke holes in all the stories and whatnot. Because everybody involved is super sus on this dude, except the person who should be dumping him. Oh, Fishhead, I feel like I have, man. But dude's going on about like how he wants to be a farmer, but he doesn't want to use machines. He wants to get back to basic farming. Never mind that they've always lived in the inner city in Glasgow, and yeah. Yeah, Chris, we're all waiting for the inevitable breakup. Like, there's just... Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Fish. Farming is work. Also, Keel, it's good to see you, man. Hey, Zalta. You know what? This is a long story. We're gonna go to Orizon. Yeah, Dark, farming has a nice appeal until I remember being a kid and helping my grandmother plant all this stuff, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. People that want to do that, you are my freaking hero, man. Like, let me tell you how much I enjoy a tomato or a strawberry. But that's not something that I actually want to labor for. I am A-okay with participating in commerce to reward someone else for their labor if I get to have me a juicy tomato. Moon, if you're doing it in the whole sea, I would pass. Because that is like a 4% profit margin. Like, honestly, if you're doing it in a whole sea, just run hydrogen or helium. Yeah, but Raymond, how old are you, Raymond? Just, what all have you done with your life? Literally name anything that you have done in your life, and you will have done more than this person. In fact, this person's mother still cuts their food for them when they go out. Yeah, see, Devious, I used to raise chickens. Never want to do that again. Because my room was right next to the chicken coop. And those little jerks never shut up. Anathema, I am not. And McNugget, that is correct. 28 years old, and this child still gets cutties. Exactly, Raymond. Exactly. See, you've done something. You've done something. And God, there was okay. So this particular individual does not have a driver's license, has never drove, and in Glasgow, I can forgive that because you have transportation and all that. Like when you live in a city that was made before cars and it's more compact, it's more walkable, so that's fine. Except not knowing any street signs, so when they get over there and they have to rent a car, I don't know what any of these signs mean. It's like, okay, buddy. Okay. But then they come over. They're here. And we're all talking about driving. And you remember when you were a kid, or actually you probably still know some people like this, who just make up stories to try to sound impressive or cool, but it's clearly bullshit? Because, we're talking about driving, and this person pops off with, oh, when I was a kid, my uncle taught me military-style driving, and I gotta know, what the hell is military-style driving? What is that? What is military-style driving? What is that? Holy crap, Moon, you paid the house off. Nice, man. Congratulations. Like, really, good on you. Sorry, I'm gonna take a moment from my whinge fest here. That is truly impressive, Moon, and I am happy for you. Really, just congratulations. That's gotta be a great feeling. Like, that is truly impressive. Because, man, oh man, as expensive as they're gonna get, that's gonna be a rarer and rarer thing. But yeah, like, okay. If anything, since homeboy does not know street signs, maybe he should have learned civilian driving. 2, all the friends that I've had that were in the military, when they drove, it was like 5 miles an hour through the streets of, you know, Baghdad. So very slowly, and then it's like, hey, that patch of, you know, dirt looks suspicious. Let's make sure it's not an IED. So, you know, I feel like if anything, military-style driving is just civilian driving. I just... I just have so many... And then... Oh, God. I don't know where all to start. There's so many... Yeah, Chris, I'm gonna call sus on that one. I mean, anathema, that would be it. Like, this person has the intuition of what we thought lemmings would do. Coyote. Like, okay, so we had some drinks at a restaurant, and the girl dating him, she had a couple of drinks. Now, this girl is like maybe 90 pounds at her fattest, and I'm having to use fattest as a relative term. Like, she was very sick. She had lupus, basically skin and bone. And I think she might be all of 90 pounds right now. Like, she is just a tiny thing. And, so, you know, alcohol hits a lot harder. And, you know, Stout, yes, he does, I say, as someone streaming. But anyway, she had like 2 drinks. And we get back to the house, and I decide, well, now we're back. I can finally have a drink. And this individual takes this as a license to pilfer our liquor cabinet. And while it's not the most impressive thing in the world, it's ours, and, you know, alcohol costs money. Anyway, starts pilfering the liquor cabinet, makes her a drink. And we're like, hey, you know, maybe she shouldn't. He's like, oh, don't worry, I know my girl. And it's like, did you really just Vin Diesel, I know my car from Fast and the Furious? And she ends up getting sloshed. Absolutely sloshed. Oh, yeah, kid, no, he is definitely a mooch. Definitely a mooch. But his version of a drink is just to take all the different alcohols, pour them in a cup, and just drink it like a child mixing all the sodas at a CC's. That's his version of a drink. No, you know, nothing nice. No Washington apples, no screwdrivers, no. Nothing like that. Also, takes free license to use our special edition Lord of the Rings cups.
Thank you.
You guys remember back in 2001, they had those, like, cups you could get at, like, Burger King? And, you know, they have, like, Gandalf or Frodo or Arwen etched on the side of them. We've got a set. You can actually get them on eBay for really cheap, but they're nice. And, like, they're goblet style, like a glass goblet. Just free license to just use one of these cups. Like, excuse you. Like, you use a peasant cup. For the peasants.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Hey, Bruce. Oh, guy, man. I don't know if I can rewind and restart, but things are two. We've had a mooch staying with us that I am ragging on. So anyway, she ends up getting super sick. Like, she is drunk off her rocker. And he's like, oh no, she's just tipsy. Like, it's just a little tipsy. And it's like, no, she's, like, I've had dogs that weighed more than her. She's drunk. So she ends up in the bathroom, trying desperately not to throw up. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. Okay, before she went to the bathroom trying to throw up, she wanted some soup. We were going to try to get some food into her. Some, you know, more food. And so we make her some soup. Well, as she gets the soup, that's when she feels like she needs to go throw up. So, you know, she goes off to the bathroom, and she's basically lying on the floor, waiting to throw up.
Pleasant stays.
And we're already, you know, we're just ragging on it. Dude brings the soup to her in the bathroom. Brings her soup. So now this poor girl is drunk off her rocker and is eating bathroom soup. Trying not to throw up. And by some miracle, she did not throw up. But yeah, just when you're to the point that you're eating bathroom soup, maybe this person is not the best for you. I mean, Raymon, they're like $10. Like, you can get them super cheap online. Like, we use them as regular cups all the time. It's just, you know, they're special. Also, Fishhead, I think you'll appreciate this. We're at dinner, talking about countries we'd like to go to, and I'm like, you know what? I would like to go to Estonia. Estonia sounds nice. And he starts ragging on Estonia, talking about how it's super dangerous, and it's one of the worst places you can go to out of the Balkan states. And it's like, my guy, my brother in Christ, you, like, I know you guys left the European Union with Brexit, but you are still European. Like, do you not know that it's not Balkan? Exactly, it's Baltics! Baltics! Oh my god, like, I'm American. I shouldn't have to give a geography lesson to someone from... Yeah, exactly, Chris. Like, I was just agape at this dude. Like, you know, I can forgive my fellow Americans for not knowing that, because, you know, geography wasn't exactly our strong point in school. just, like, I understand that it ends in, like, NIA, so you think, like, they probably got, like, all the Eastern Bloc weapons and whatnot, but no, dude, like, Baltic, not Balkan, Baltic. And Scarred, it's good to see you, man. I understand that you're taking a break. I cannot blame you. Scarred, actually, I don't know if it would be up your alley, but there is a game called Brew Barons, where you have to make alcohol and fight pirates in Mediterranean-style airplanes. You might like that.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
You know, Fishhead, I believe that, man. I really believe that. But I was agog.
Another shuttle will be along shortly. I ordered some Skyway shuttles.
I just...
The next shuttle
Ah.
is approaching the station. Last call for
Sadly,
passengers.
Scarred, you
The
do
shuttle
not.
is
You
preparing
fight
to
them
depart.
from, like, a made-up...
Please
Like, the
clear
whole
the
map
hatch.
is made up.
Shuttle will be departing.
It's not based on anything real world. Keel, is that you? That might be Keel. I mean, you know what, Atham, I like to know my countries. Like, when I was a kid, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Just, that rocked my world, you know? Well, you see, Bruce, the pirates are making crap alcohol and forcing people to buy it. So your mission is to blow up pirates and make better alcohol. Man, Scarred, I don't blame you, buddy. I do not blame you.
Approaching next station.
You know, Coyote, I think it's a druid. I could be wrong. I'll ask. I'll find out.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Yeah, no, Estonia's definitely been around for a minute. Sir? Okay, there's your neck. Ooh, guy, good luck with the chickens. What? Oh, that wasn't supposed to work. Oh, uncivil, yes. God, yes. Yes. Okay. So I have pulled 2 pranks. Actually, 3. 3 pranks on both of them. Oh, uncivil, you're good. It's good to see you, man. It is good to see you. But yes, pranks have been pulled. For one, they were unaware of the Wednesday 12 p.m. tornado siren that goes off as a test. See, around here, every Wednesday at noon, our tornado siren goes off. And it's the standard, you know, like nuclear alarm sound thing. Because, you know, we have tornadoes, so they test that thing to make sure it works. So, you know, first Wednesday rolls around, and I run down there, and it's like, get in the closet, now.
The next shuttle is approaching
And,
the station.
you know, being all super serious about it, and we spend, like, 3 minutes in there, and then I bust out laughing and let it go. But, the other day, the other day,
Last call for passengers. Please clear the hatch.
we let them
Shuttle
borrow
departing.
one of our... Ow. Ow! Wow, kill. Wow. Oh, Muzz, yes. Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri. It's just kind of like that trifecta. Texas, a little bit. That whole area is just Tornado Alley, basically. So, like, I've been in 2, 3 volcanoes. Not volcanoes, tornadoes. Tornadoes. Sorry, accurate. I read your volcano thing as I was saying that. I was like, yes, I've definitely been in a volcano. Nick, usually I go outside and look for it. Like, usually in Arkansas, all of us redneck idiots, tornado siren goes off, and we go outside and put our hands on our hips and look for it. But what you're supposed to do is seek shelter. So you want to go into a room that is closest to the center of the house, preferably a closet, no windows. Close the door, bunker down. If you are in a mobile home, you want to go somewhere else. If you can. Seek better shelter if you have time. Bunker down and pray if you don't. Ooh, coyote. I mean, I guess we do get smited a lot. No, Nick, that's not dumb. That's not dumb at all. The thing about tornadoes is, let's say you're driving, especially if you're like in a city area. You either have to violate a lot of traffic laws, or drive very fast. Tornadoes can sling items miles away. So since you would basically be in a glass cockpit, that glass being shattered and potentially hurting you is a very real chance. At the same time, your vehicle can be picked up, thrown around. Tornadoes can get up to like 100 miles an hour. Like, they can go fast. Like, their one saving grace is that while unpredictable, the damage they cause can be very concentrated. They can go through a neighborhood, flatten a house, and leave the one next to it untouched. Now, this isn't always, just it can happen. So the best thing to do is get into a place that's not going to get picked up. Cars picked up all the time. Yeah, like what Jim said, if you're driving and it happens, you get to an overpass and you crawl up inside it. Like, when I was 3, I was at a daycare that got hit by a tornado. And, like, we were all bunkered down under stuff inside the building.
Welcome to the ASOC
And,
vehicle retrieval system.
the building was fine. But it ripped up all the trees
Vehicle
in the
selected.
little
Your vehicle has
playground
been
area
delivered to the following
outside.
location.
Hey, Adolin. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's another thing, too, Nick. Tornadoes hit suddenly. Like, you have maybe minutes. Why can't I scroll? What is... What in the... Oh, am I in a dead elevator? Oh, no. Ah, you're good, Raymon. Yes, Raymond, they're still here. What is happening? No! This is my life now. Oh, yes, Guard. Joplin was... Oh. Joplin was awful. Well, see, I've been hitting door, is the issue. I wonder if I can jump out. Like, if we hit another elevator. Like, if I could jump out into a hangar as we leave. Alright, we're at hangar 10. Nope, I can't walk. I'm stuck in a box. I am stuck in a box. I literally cannot leave. I am... Nor do I have Moby Glass. Right, Moon? Oh, man. Okay, yeah. We'll just go back to menu. And... Honestly, Muzz, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah, Taryn, you can see how it's going. You can really see how it's going. Also, sorry, I just got word. Some of you may know that in addition to our one visitor, we've had another visitor. Last week, while bringing in groceries, a cat walked into our house. Dirty, messed up, matted beyond belief, super weak. Like, open the door, I'm bringing stuff in, and she's in the yard, and she just follows me into the house, and this thing was tired and ransacked, and just absolutely... Like, basically, it threw itself over the finish line and collapsed, you know? We got it cleaned up, we've had it over here for a couple of days, and it's been very tired, but anyway, she wasn't really eating. I took her to the vet. I just got word back that, she's actually a neighbor's cat, and she is dying of fatty liver disease. And apparently she ran away last week, because she is on her way out. Man, that's a mood killer right there. Yeah, Ken, I don't know what it is, but cats just show up at my door.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood down there. I literally just got word. Because they're going to, like, they had her on treatment for a while, but... Oh, man. That's, man, that sucks. Yeah, no, Waffle is still going strong. Healthy, loud meows. Yeah,
Approaching
Waffle
next
is
station.
still
If this is your
loud
stop, please prepare
and
to disable.
annoying. Yeah, Muzz.
Last call for passengers.
Yeah.
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
It was just weird because, like, she was. I'm at the wrong place. Weirdly keen around dogs. And I gave her a choice of wet cat food and dry cat food, and she went with dry. And usually when a cat does that, you know, they're someone's cat. But apparently she used to be a big fat fatty. And, the disease explains why she's so skin and bones. Ah. Welp. Man, Akron, that's a good way to look at it. And Uncivil, I think they're gonna give her a few days, but I've had her since Thursday, Friday, and the poor thing has only eaten once. Like,
Approaching next
I've given
station.
her cat
If this
treats,
is your stop,
catnip,
please prepare to
wet
disembark.
food, dry food, and she's just not interested in eating anything.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Hey, Fishhead! Congrats, man!
Missed your shuttle? Not a problem. Another shuttle will be along shortly.
Yeah,
Your
Anathema, it's hard to
service
get rid
shuttle
of.
service. More flights means less worries.
It's hard to get rid of, cats when they show up on your door. Oh, Twidget, yeah, for sure. Cats are so nice. I appreciate the amount of spite cats have, and this one has been incredibly sweet for the short time that I've known her. And just, man, gut-wrenching. It's like the vet saw her and pretty much said yeesh. But she was chipped. That is the one time I have taken in an animal and it has actually been chipped. So I don't know about you guys, but down in the south, nobody chips their animals.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Yeah, and Civil, I don't either, man. Like, I'm a weenie. I am an absolute weenie.
Vehicles,
I've been
your
singing to
vehicle
this
has been
cat.
Please visit us
I've been,
again.
like, wrapping it up in a blanket and hugging it. And... Oh, Raymon, they actually leave tomorrow. Yeah, you guys want to get back to ragging on this, this lump on a log? Oh, Fishhead, is it really? Nice. I respect that, man. Nice. And yeah, Muzz. I mean, like, it's true. I mean, I can't say crap, you know. I got kidney disease. Ah. Hey, biker. You know, Jim, I actually once had a dog paw at my door. Like, I'm inside the house, just hanging out, and this puppy came up to the door and started pawing to get in. Like I don't even have to be outside. Right, Ken? Guy. Oh, anathema, no. grab some quick fuel before we depart. Restock on what? Oh, I don't need ammo for this guy. I've got all the ammo I could ever need.
You are clear to launch.
Maz, that's exactly what you do. Like, the dog we've got right now was definitely abused because you cannot hold a broom or a mop or anything with a long handle around her. Otherwise, she starts cowering and whimpering and... yeah, so she has to go elsewhere while cleaning is being done.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I mean, Stout, that's fair. Although it feels like with Florida, the more south you go, the less southern it becomes. Oh, the other pranks. Alright, alright. Alright. Let me tell you guys about the other pranks, which I'm proud of. The lady in question, who is dating this individual, has been absolutely starstruck while they have been here. And I mean to the point of forgetting very basic things. We've got a 99 Honda Accord. We've been letting her use so they can get around and stuff while, you know, this individual is here. However, they came home and straight up left the door of the car open. Like, went inside, left the door open, like the driver's side door just wide open. And I sent her a text. I'm like, hey, do you want to close the door of the car? And, like, she sent a GIF as a response, like, oh god, you know. But 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by, and the door is still not closed. So I get this idea. I'm gonna go hide the car. So I do. I drive it up the road, and I park it, and I hide it. And hours go by. Hours. Several hours. And then eventually I'm like, hey, did you guys close the car door? And I basically just keep pretending that, you know, the car was stolen because they left the door open. I only let it go for a couple of minutes, but just, oh my god, like, how do you forget to close the door and then forget to go do it once you're reminded? Because you were just obsessed with this lump of a person. Like, I went really quick with it too, but it turns out I didn't need to. And Stout, I have not yet. I think... Hello. Hold on. Let's investigate before we go to Microtech. Yeah, no, Muzz, the observation skills of both of them is, not strong. The problem is, like, she has lupus, and she had it really badly when she was younger. Like, it destroyed her. And, you know, she still gets flare-ups and whatnot, so she really needs someone who can look out for her. And really, every relationship should be an idiot and the person that looks out for that idiot. And you can swap idiot roles, like you can switch. Like usually there is a put together person and a goblin. And the problem with their relationship is right now it's two idiots, and the poor idiot who needs someone looking out for her is dating someone who's an even bigger idiot. Oh, Jim, like, there was a chance she was gonna die, so, like, it's kind of... Like, it's kind of affected her, mentally at times, and... she has been so lovesick. Having this person finally over has been, like, a fairy tale for her. It's just not for anybody else. Yeah, see, Phaedrus, I am too. I am a goblin. I am an absolute goblin. Like, I am not a smart person. Not a smart person at all. Oh, yeah, Coyote, for sure. For sure. Oh, man. Now I gotta climb. Let's see, if that's on the horizon, a quick jump to Arc L3 should be fine. Yeah, just total mooch. Total absolute tick on the back of society. And just thinks they have these lofty opinions. It's like a 14-year-old. Like, I'm gonna give her a slight pass because of the life-threatening disease that has, like, rocked her body and mind. But this person, it feels like the movie Big. It is a child in an adult's body that never grew up. And, oh, the cringe, the amount of cringe. Like, I'm driving down the road, and I'm listening to Black Velvet by Alana Miles. Classic song. And I'm just talking about how it is the perfect sound, or song, to be driving along a desert highway, 55 miles an hour, in a convertible, top down. Like, it's just the perfect slow desert rhythm. And this dude opens up with like, oh, I much prefer listening to Slayer while driving 50 miles an hour over the speed limit, and I forget whatever car it was. And it's like, buddy, you don't have a license. What is this, like, junior high, like, oh, I want to do this, this, and this, and this, and I'll do this cool thing, and this, and... It's like, you take the bus. Like, you're gonna have to take the bus. You don't drive. Like, Like, buddy, you don't even get to pick the music. Exactly. He can listen to Slayer on the bus. It was just such a cringe statement. Also, we went to an art museum. They are a fan of modern abstract art. They prefer modern art. And I might hurt some feelings here. And if I do so, I apologize, because I do understand that art is subjective. But I cannot stand modern art, especially abstract art. I find it to be useless, and I think it's quite telling that useless things would have a preference for useless things. Also, I got really upset at the art museum. I went to the Fine Arts Museum of Arkansas, and like it's here in Little Rock, and like 80% of it was modern art. Fish said it's not Warhol. It's more like lines and paint splatters and things that people say, you know, it speaks of whatever human condition, but it's just low effort. Yeah, exactly, anathema. Now, like, I saw, okay, they had a little bit of, they had some, you know, more, I don't feel like traditional is the correct word. And you also have to remember this is Arkansas, so we can't exactly get a hold of a lot of decent pieces. But they had some, like, Diego Rivera, you know, Frida Kahlo's husband. And, like, they had some decent pieces by him. Like, you know, it was done really well. And then there was this other painter, Asher Durand. Blew me away. Asher Durand, like, the painting. There was this prep study that they did. It was June Shower. And it was emotional. It was evocative. It was a rolling thunderstorm about to break over this piece of scenery. And it took me back to being a child and seeing just the heaviest, darkest clouds of a thunderstorm threatening to break. It spoke to me. It had emotion. It was beautiful. And it was basically a prep study, but it was the most powerful thing that I saw in there. And again, art subjective, you know, but it was just tucked away in a corner. Moon, we do. We do. The problem is, Moon, is that it's basically 4 small rooms. I lie, there might be a 5th room. And right now, 80% of it is dedicated to abstract art. Abstract, modern art. They have a couple of Picassos, but when I say Picassos, I mean, like, they have a sketch from a sketch. Actually, it's not even a sketch, it's a doodle. Like, they basically went, we need a name in our museum. What can we get? Like, it's so tiny. The event space is larger than the actual like museum part. I actually got really upset. I had to sit down and take a minute, because I walked out of the rooms like, all right, guys, that was crap. Let's go see the rest of it. And I was like, no, that's it, Jack. That's it. That was the whole display. Hey, Max. You know, Coyote, they did not. Actually, the stuff in the gift shop was better done. Like, it was rather upsetting that the gift shop pieces were better done than the things on display. Yeah, Maz, I'm not a big fan of Picasso. Because the thing is, he could do a more realistic styles, but he changed his style to what we know today to be marketable. And, I mean, everybody's got to eat, but everyone was just so captivated by this style, and it was made purely to be marketable, and I hate that. I hate that so much. Yeah, textured painting, that's great. That's great. But we had it was so depressing. Also, the security guards there were terrible. There's a security guard in every single room, and I would approach a painting and they would immediately rush over and tell me that I had to be 2 feet away or more from the painting. And I am 6 feet. So 2 feet is 1/3 of my height. Sometimes I would be 3 to 4 feet away. And they would rush over and tell me that. And I got told that in every single room. You know, Fishnet, I never really got into Salvador's stuff. I never really got to mess with it. And I'm not a big art person. I have very Luddite views on art. Like, when it comes to art, I value skill and the ability to convey, you know, the meaning or emotion without having to really think about it. Like that Asher painting, that was the best thing in there for me. But other people might just see like a boring storm about to break. Now, Muzz, I will say that I like Warhol, not for his work, but for his philosophy. Because Andy Warhol was an absolute troll. Like, was his stuff particularly, you know, captivating for me? No. But the reason he did it was. I mean, Muzz, that's fair. Like, I hated it when I was in school. But he just absolutely trolled people with it. Like, you know, celebrities and whatnot. And it was just always kind of fun to see that. But yeah, like, as far as valuing art for the art instead of the artist. Like, honestly, I feel like in an art gallery, there should be like a cover for the plaque. So you look at the art, and then you lift up the cover, and then find out who did it, and, you know, all this other stuff about it. That way you can go in and value a piece based on the piece itself, and not the name behind it. Like, that's what I want. I want to value art for the art, not for the artist. Or like there was this other dude, Jacobo something, hold on. Merieshi? Like, okay, this dude loved architecture. In fact, he loved architecture so much, he painted paintings of pure architecture, and then got other people to paint in people. He's like, yeah, man, I just want to paint buildings, but we gotta have people, so you, understudy, paint some people in this painting. Like, dude just 100% wanted to do architecture. And it was amazing. Like, it was so detailed. Like, okay. Jim, when you get a chance, look up the Rialto Bridge by, well, I think they changed his name, because on the plaque it says Michel Merieshi, but the plaque on the frame says Jacobo. And like his detail is boggling, especially for the size of the picture, because it's not even a big piece. Oh yeah, Talos. Like that is, we got people. At least one on the ground. Might be abandoned. But yeah, like, I hate that, Talos. Like, it's like I'm gonna go eat for free, knowing they'll never take my money because of the signature. Yeah, Muzz, like, that's what I like. And, again, art subjective. It was very depressing. Very, very depressing. And I know I've probably hurt someone's feelings about modern art or abstract art. And I promise I am not targeting you. I just... so sad. Hey, Ragin. But there's been so much stuff. Like, okay. We're at home, playing music. And, this particular individual wants to put on their own music. And I'm like, oh god, no. I don't want you to Bluetooth our... I don't want you to sully our sound system, our speaker. But eventually I was forced to cave out of decorum. And... oh, I don't even remember the name of the artist that was put on, but it was just this most absolutely cringe shout piece of just needless, pointless vulgarities and some desperate scream to be relevant. Monkeys in cages? Now, why would you power down your shields, monkeys in cages? Oh, Rage, and I am ragging on this, I've got a friend who is staying with us for a little bit while their boyfriend is visiting, and the boyfriend is also staying. And, the boyfriend is a specimen. John, not yet. I'm actually over here at SMO18, just checking out the scene. Yeah, right, Akron? And then, oh god, okay. I put on some Emily Autumn. One, because I wanted to kill the mood, so they'd all go to bed, and I could go up and play Hell Divers. Buddy, at least get your shields charged back up before you run off. Because, like, I enjoy Emily Autumn. Like, when I'm not being a troll. Legitimately, she does have some great songs, and she has a very unique, you know, voice. But, God, this person just... they have an opinion on everything, and it's like, please, God, don't ruin the things that I like. And of course he opens his mouth and is like, oh, Emily Autumn fundamentally changed the way that I write poetry. Okay, first off, God, please, no, don't tell me that you write poetry. God, no. Please, God, no. Just like, it was dropped in a way where we're supposed to go, oh, you're a poet. Please, enlighten us with your poetry. Yeah, Akron, yeah. Yeah, there's good poetry out there. I don't want to hear yours, you know? I mean, anathema, you're welcome to it. I'm glad you wrote it down, because I feel like I already forgot that I said it. Well, that was sad to walk in on and watch disappear. You guys want to run waste to, like, Everest instead? Let's do it. Let's do it for fun. Let's just do it for fun. Whatever. I don't need to make money. I'm so bored right now. Cool. Well, Jim, I'm doing a run that I feel reflects the value of this particular individual. Ow. Oh man, Stout. No, like Frodo is infinitely better. Infinitely better. Frodo would be an absolute catch for most people. Fishhead, I would take the Carrick if I hadn't already invested all that money in waste. Oh, Phaedrus. You know, Phaedrus, that actually makes me, wonder what we're going to have to do about onboard waste storage. I hope that's not a thing we actually have to care about. I mean, Fishhead, it's already full of wasted potential. Oh, also, speaking of wastes, we saw Madam Web. And I weep for cinema. Like, full disclosure, I went in totally just to hate watch it. Because I haven't really cared about MCU stuff since Thanos. Because, like, I was never a big comic book person, but it was like, okay, you know, it's fun, they're going to tie it all together. And, oh boy. Oh boy. Like, I knew it was going to be bad. Like, I went in planning to enjoy how bad it was. Like, you know, when you just put on, like, a Tubi movie or something. I did not plan on it ever being as bad as it actually was. Oh, Fishhead, you should think that you're lucky. You should count yourself very lucky. Yeah, so the thing is, in the comics, you have Spider-Man, and then you have a whole swath of other Spider characters. Madam Web is an actual character who, God, don't come to me for comic book stuff. She's this blind old lady who can see future visions and stuff, and I want to say there's also like a spider god, or she exists in the spider dimension now, or whatever. Anyway, it's not just Peter Parker. There's like 57 different spider people, and that's before you even get into the whole, you know, Spider-Verse thing. Anyway, I am 100% sure that this movie was written by AI. Like, the dialogue is shockingly jarring. You know what? I'm hauling waste. Still not going to go to an orbital. Yeah, no, Anathema, you are correct there. The thing is, about comic books, and I feel like this goes for every single comic book story. Surface level, it seems super cool. And then, like, you get into it, and just, like, the deep lore is just so overwhelmingly cringy, where you have to do the whole, like, lobster boil thing. Where it's like, if I slowly immerse myself in it, it won't sound ridiculous. But when you just open up about it on the street, it's like, what are you talking about? Hey, Rhino! Rhino, you want me to go by Box Monkey or Rhino? What's better for you? Yeah, I mean, like, okay. I love Transformers. You guys know I love Transformers. Did you know that once upon a time, Megatron and Optimus fought each other in a video game? And because Optimus hurt a pixel, he blew himself up? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that Optimus Prime backspaced himself over a video game? I bet you didn't know. Well, I know some of you knew that, but for those that don't care about Transformers, I bet you didn't know that. Fortunately, his personality was copied to a floppy disk and was later restored. But yeah, I thought that would be a nice thing to bring up, you know, for no particular reason. Oh, Box Monkey, I am sorry, dude. But yeah, see, Coyote, that's the thing, too. I feel like Madam Web as a character works much better in a comic book than in a movie. Especially the poor movie they gave her. Because, man, like, I feel bad for everybody involved except the writers, who were also the writers for Morbius. Like, you want to talk about job security? Those guys still have a job. They wrote Morbius, and they were hired to write another movie. Like, okay. There's a part where she steals a taxi. And not like she goes to a parking lot and just hot wires it or whatever. But she jacks a taxi from a taxi driver. Crowbars the license plate off, because that makes it less suspicious. Leaves the top on that shows, like, the taxi cab's, you know, number. Like, its serial number. Later on in the day, commits a hit and run by driving the taxi through a crowded diner to hit a guy, and then runs off. Meanwhile, this guy has used his evil powers of having a computer to make her a wanted woman with the police. She drives the taxi that she stole to the airport, somehow gets on a plane in 2003, so this is post 9/11, and the cops are after her. She gets on a plane, goes to Peru for a week, comes back, is still driving the taxi. Like, lady, APBs exist in 2003. Also, in a Spider-Man movie with spider people, and I mean several spider people, they keep using the term poison. Like, dude grabs somebody's like, you can feel the poison coursing through you. Tell me where this is, and I'll make it stop. Now, Anathema, to be fair, this does take place in 2003, but a plateless taxi for over, like, parked at an airport for over a week? Come on. But just every time they bring up spiders, it's always like, oh, the spider's poison does this, the spider's poison does that. This spider's poison has cellular regenerative abilities. It's like, okay, one, no it doesn't. How would that work for the spider? Like, a spider's gonna bite a mongoose and be like, oh, thanks, buddy, you cured my lymphoma or whatever. Like, that's not... There's not South American emotional support spiders. Anathema, no. Tell me that's not true. You can't copyright a term like that. Like, it's venom. It's not capital V, and it's a spider's venom. Also, my favorite line in the film. She's doing research through, like, her mom's old stuff, because her mom was studying spiders in South America, which, also, I have never seen a film that had so much exposition. Just in every single scene. But she's going through these diaries, and she goes, ah, spider people. Just, ah, spider people. Because South America, specifically Peru, has, like, spider people. It's kind of like Wakanda, but they just live in caves and have Spider-Man-like suits. And they punish bad guys, except the guy who's the bad guy in the movie. It's very... it was just so boggling. Also, it somehow tried to work in 3 origin stories for 3 different characters without ever showing their origin stories. Because, like, at the end, and I'm just gonna spoil this movie. At the end, she goes blind because Madame Web is blind. And somehow, when this happens to her, she loses all personality and becomes a robot. Like, she just loses everything about her. And she has this vision of these characters growing into their spider personas. And suddenly they're just their spider personas. Like, we're just gonna skip these origins for these characters. And... also, driving an ambulance through a concrete wall in a parking garage to hit a guy on top of a car, flying from a height of like 20 feet in the air, landing, and then just driving away because the ambulance is fine, no damage. That concrete wall for a car prison, no damage to the ambulance. Also, second favorite line, this lady's doing some blood tests, and she goes, I can get you more bloods if you like. Not samples, not blood, I can get you more bloods if you like. Like, I'm sorry, are we in a gang war? Do I need reinforcements? Like, are the Crips here? Like, do we need more bloods? Hey, Coyote! Relevant! And yes, Box Monkey, I went in to hate watch it. I haven't seen a Marvel movie since Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I was really disappointed with that. Because I didn't know that I had to do homework to know what happened between movies 2 and 3. And I gave up on the MCU after I had to start doing homework. I didn't do homework in high school, I'm certainly not doing it now. And, Jim, to answer your question, I actually have not seen The Marvels. Hold on. Hey, Vlad! Like, I enjoy a lot of dumb movies. And I know they're dumb. Now, Dune, I do need to see Dune. I need to see Dune. Oh man, Box Monkey, that is an impressive tested patience. Nothing of value. I mean, Raymond, that's fair. Like, I could have gone and saw literally anything else. It was just like a, you know, let's go hate watch this for fun. And it turns out it was so much worse than anyone could have anticipated. Let's go sell some waste. Yeah, Anathema. After that, I don't think I do either.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Like, I can do it at home. But not this. Not anymore. Yeah, see, Phaedrus, that's it. Like, it's all special effects. Like, okay. When you're green screening the entire background and the floor people are walking on, your movie just has no soul. Honestly, I feel like that's the big issue. We're making movies with no set pieces these days, where your actors have to basically be classically trained Shakespearean actors to act with absolutely nothing around them. Sometimes not even actors. It's like, yes, I'm Ian McKellen, and I'm going to have to, you know, play off of basically a tennis ball on a stick. Because practical effects have died. Right, Jim? Like, I saw Labyrinth in theaters last night. They brought it back. It's also going to be on back in the 17th for those of you who enjoy Labyrinth and missed it last night. So check your local theater. And seeing an actual set production was so beautiful. Like, it felt so real. And, like, does it look as good as what a computer could do? I mean, you know, maybe not for, like, a vision or whatever, but it felt so such more grounded. Hey, Fifth Element will be in theaters in November.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Hold on, Jim. What about Little Nicky? What about Little Nicky? Like, it's cool if not. I rather enjoyed Little Nicky.
Please visit us again.
Yeah, see, Coyote, I feel like younger kids appreciate it the same as us. We just gotta ask them. Vlad, I have not. Amazing. Amazing. Look at that. We made $75. We bought for 3, sold for 4. How about that? You know, Rage, and I haven't got to see it yet. I know it's polarized a lot of people. I did see a clip with Iroh, and while I don't think they pulled off the right actor for Iroh, I think that's also just going to be an impossible task. So I can't really ding that, you know. Hey, Vidar. Oh, Anathema, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. It would be nice to see, but I don't think that you can do proper Discworld, because half the book is in the footnotes, and you can't really put footnotes in movies unless it's like a narrator. Oh, Muzz. Oh, you talking about Tony Z?
Welcome to the ASOP.
Oh,
vehicle
Vidar, we
retrieval
made
system.
75 on purpose.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following. Please.
I mean, we could do it again. You want to see me do it again? But yeah, like, I've heard excellent things about Avatar, bad things about Avatar. I've heard they've tried to make Azula like a sympathetic character, which I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, can you have sympathy for her? Yes. But when you have someone like even Iroh saying that she's crazy and needs to, you know, go down, I think we can skip the sympathies. Jim, does Pickersfield buy waste? That's right, Coyote. That's right. Wait, is Tom here? Oh, curious. What, that might be your bit rate and whatever resolution you're streaming in. What do you want? 4K, 2K, what?
You are clear to launch.
I don't know, likes to drop sometimes. We can make a trip by, Pickersfield. Raymon, I don't think they do. Oh, Arcurious, that's gonna be why, man. Okay, so I don't know why, but OBS hates downscaling from 4K. 2K to 1080, no problem. 4K to 2K, tons of issues. I tried it. I had a lot of issues with it, and it made the stream look like crap. So when you're streaming, you might actually have to change the resolution to 2K and adjust from there. Like, experiment with that. I don't know if you're streaming on YouTube as far as, like, testing it out. Because with YouTube, You can do an unlisted stream, and that way you can do, like, test runs without, you know, getting messed up. Have we checked out Maker's Point since the update to see if that actually works? I don't remember if we have. I feel like we did, and it wasn't. You know what, Jim? Let's swing by. I don't remember it. I don't remember it, so let's go look at it. So Vidar, you make $75 by buying 75 SCU of waste and then selling it elsewhere. I bought mine from SMO 18 because there was no gold, so it was a wasted trip. Ah, no, Anathema, that's Repel. Repel has all the NPCs. Ooh, those frames. Yeah, see, Anathema, that's the way to do it right there. Yeah, we'll see if Maker's Point is actually working. Although it looks like somebody beat me to it. Oh! Oh! You guys want to hear the other prank that I pulled on the lovely couple? So they're watching a movie in their room on Chromecast. And I realize that for whatever reason, my phone is still connected to this Chromecast. So I start slowly lowering the volume. And then just raising it back up in really quickly. Or like pausing the movie for 2 seconds and then unpausing it. And we get a message. It's like, hey, do you guys know what's going on with the Netflix Chromecast? Like, it's just adjusting the volume by itself or pausing. And I make up this BS. A whole A. Interesting choice. Anyway, I make up this absolute BS about, like, I ask her if, like, how many open sockets does she have in the room, like electrical outlets, and I tell her that sometimes there can be too much EM buildup in the electrical sockets, and the EM field will do ghost inputs to smart devices because it detects it as an input. Because she has no clue on how computers work or anything, just absolutely clueless. So I'm making up this whole spiel, and while I'm doing that, I'm also getting my other plan ready. She is a complete scaredy cat. Cannot handle the slightest of any sort of horror movie, horror thing whatsoever. Like nightmares for days, yada yada yada. Just a complete weenie. So, you know, I tell her all this, and as she's typing, I quickly pull up YouTube. Pull up a video that just has the full face of the Babadook from, you know, the movie Babadook. And the only audio in the video is the Babadook screaming its name. Which, for those of you who have seen the Babadook, you know what I'm talking about. So she's responding, and suddenly I just hear this scream. This shattering scream from her room as her movie is hijacked by the Babadook screaming at her. And, well, it was glorious. It was absolutely beautifully glorious. Oh, Raymond, it was incredibly cruel. And I fessed up the moment that I did the Babadook thing. One day these NPCs will do something. I don't know what the business model is for wrecking a franchise, but somehow you make money off of it. Oh man, Box Monkey. Whew. Like, here's the thing that I don't get about all that, and I haven't done the full research into it, so, you know, don't crucify me if I get something wrong. But most companies that make a thing with writers already have people on staff for that. Rajan, there was a company that billed itself as, oh, how do you put it? Basically, if you were writing a story for a game or whatever, they would want you to hire them so they could check out your story to make sure that it had, like, diverse characters and represented multiple viewpoints, things like that, which is a fine thing to do. It's just usually you already have people in-house for that. Also, I just can't trust any sort of company that would give itself a name like that. It just feels insidious somehow. Like, and I know I've brought this up before, but you can make beautifully crafted, wonderful games and movies that represent tons of different people from different backgrounds and views. See, Sweet Baby's issue was there was a group or an individual on Steam who just basically made a list of all the games that Sweet Baby had a hand in. And some people from Sweet Baby did a targeted harassment campaign on this person, and then it backfired. Yeah, Jim, I cannot select my ship. We could try Dunsborough and Microtech. I mean, I think Raymon already confirmed that it worked, though, because Raymond's been buying there. But, like, you can easily do, you know, excellent diversity in games. Like, Jagged Alliance 3. I love Jagged Alliance. And honestly, you could go Jagged Alliance 2 as well. But Jagged Alliance 3 had a massive cast of incredibly diverse characters. Yeah. And also, just to clarify, guys, if I ever get messed with, or I get upset about somebody, don't go after them. Just let me be a sourpuss. Like, you ain't gotta defend me to anybody unless you are my lawyer. But like, Jagged Alliance, while maintaining its 90s movie shtick, has tons of characters from underrepresented groups. And it does it incredibly well, because it shows that no matter who you are, where you're from, the kind of people that you like, everybody can be a psychopath for hire. And I know that sounds dumb, but I think it does it better than anything else. Like, I think it did it far better than anyone else. And honestly, like Starfield's problem, I don't even feel like it came from that. It's just every single character was so milquetoast. Yeah, see, the thing that I enjoy about Jagged Alliance Anathema is you have characters from different places, and instead of it just being like, hi, I'm an easily swappable character, it's more like, hi, I come from this place that definitely has a lot of history, and this will be reflected in my interaction with people from other places that also has history that clashes with, the place that I'm from. And it's like, huh, interesting. Who knew that conflict made things interesting? Yeah, Phaedrus, that's it. Like the characters themselves were milquetoast, but like you could write the most radicalist, coolest character in Starfield. You could give me a Velociraptor that was frozen in time and rides a skateboard around, and Starfield would still have a ton of issues. And Phaedrus, once again, I do apologize for the way that Starfield turned out, since you personally got that for me. I feel really bad about the way that went. Like, the flight is... it just feels... I don't know. I don't feel like the type of characters that they had was really the issue. I mean, Skyrim didn't have the most amazing story of all time. But there's a reason that one has a mod community and the other does not. Like, they still haven't fixed my health regen issue. Like, I think I have to make a whole new game. Or a new save. See, Arcturious, yeah. Now, Brew Barons is great. I love me some Brew Barons. Like, it's got some rough edges, but those can be smoothed out. And, it also just came out, and it's 2 developers. No, Saron, I get that, man. Good to see you too, by the way. Man, man, Phaedrus, there is a loyalty mission in Brew Barrens that messed me up because the whole thing feels like you're flying underwater. Like, that's what the aesthetic is for the mission, and it messes me up. You know, Christian, I could see that. Especially, like, with all the different loading scenes and whatnot. Like, it's just constant scene change with nothing in between. Also, you're gonna have to put me in that group, Anathema. Like, I had text adventures. I still have an account on Medivia. A mud. Yeah, you guys remember those? Hey, Arcturus! Heck yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, welcome on in. Oh man, Sierra. You know, Sierra made probably the best RTS of all time. And, that was World in Conflict. Oh, Kevin. Kevin, do you remember back around 2010 when GameStop tried to bring back Zork, but they made it one of those crappy energy-based microtransaction games like Farmville? Thank you, Arcturus. Yeah, Coyote. No. If there's water involved, then no. Also, looks like someone's busted open the C1 to try to get all the goodies inside. Oh yeah, Kevin. I worked there when that happened. About 2010, 2011. It's back when GameStop started, they bought... what was it called? They bought some game company to make all these website-based games. Heck yes. Heck yes. Yes. Oh, Anathema, did you see the, did you see they put the classic collection on Steam? Thank you. Oh, man. That was always one of my favorite cutscenes. After, like, the 4th mission, I think, for the Brotherhood of Nod in Tiberian Sun, after they arrest Hassan. And they just keep shouting in the name of Cain, and then Cain lives! Like, for a random, like, studio dude who was not an actor whatsoever, Joe Kukin plays an absolute devious character, and I love it. Oh yeah, Vidar. Like, Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge was probably my favorite gameplay-wise, but Cain was just such a classic character. Congregate, that's it. Thank you, Crouton. Also, good to see you, man. Yeah, Squirrel? You snapping pictures or getting footage? Good old congregate. Just sit for a moment, run back to the ship, see if we get shot. Nope. Either no one's here, or we're gonna play the long game with Major Koenig. Ah, where are you, Crouton? Crouton, do you remember when they went from, like, the GameStop DVDs to having, like, the in-house network? The DVDs were so nice. We used to get such good music on those. That's how I discovered No More Kings. Oh, sure we will, Christian. I mean, we haven't even seen all the planets in Pyro yet, you know? Why is that empty? Why does that come empty? Glad I wasn't in a situation where I could have used that. Aw, Coyote. Thank you, man. Thank you, Coyote. You're right. You're right. And I did have an icy last night. Like a true, honest-to-God icy. It was so nice. Yeah, Vinar, get some sleep, man. Get some sleep. Oh, Crouton, that's so sad. I don't think I was there for that. Oh, Raymon, that's not a thing anymore. They no longer show up in here. Like, maybe I should go for, like, a low cruise before going high, but... whatever. Let's minimize time in the area. Oh yeah, Kevin. Fun fact, Slush Puppy is owned by the same company that does ices. I don't like that my chat just goes away like that. What causes that? Oh, right. I was there when we started taking trades. I was at 3438. We were in that test region. So we were in the pilot program for taking iPhones and the like. Because, like, I always knew GameStop was a pawn shop for children, but I hated that they started really embracing that. Now it just feels like they'll do whatever they can to desperately hang on. Let's see, it's daytime, so probably, yeah, that's what we'll do. Man, Raven, wasn't that some 90s movie villain stuff right there? Like, we're gonna get a bunch of debt, and then pawn it off on Toys R Us, and shut down a child's toy store. Ah, that's fair, Crouton. Like, 3438 was my first store. Then I moved to 270, which was in a strip mall in Texarkana. And then 5340, which was Texarkana, but outside of Target. And then I worked at the one in the mall, but I don't remember the store number for it. Yeah, Crouton, I don't think you spoke to me. I did everything I could to avoid conference calls and meetings. See, Kevin, I didn't see a GameStop, or really a game store, until I want to say 2005, 2004. Because we got a GameStop in my hometown, finally. And just knowing that there was an entire store dedicated to games was so magical back then. Yeah, Phaedrus, I wasn't around for that. Yeah, Crouton, and you don't get compensated properly for it. They never give you enough hours to hire people. It's like, yeah, we want you to hire 4 game advisors, but give them 5 hours each. Instead of having, like, one dude you can rely on who gets paid a decent part-time wage. To rag on this dude some more. For those of you who may have joined later on in the stream, or if you're just now joining, I've got a friend who's staying with us because they've had their boyfriend over from Scotland, and we've got enough space for both of them. The boyfriend is an absolute lump of a person who does not understand how the world works while thinking they've got everything mastered. She ended up getting a little sickly. Boyfriend does not comprehend that if you take a fever reducer, your fever might go down or go away. Like, she's been taking Tylenol. And it's like, oh, it couldn't be allergies because the fever, it's probably allergies because the fever keeps going away. And it's like, bro, my child, my brother in Christ, when you take medicine, the medicine sometimes works. Raven, I read it, but I need to reread it again as an adult. And Anathema, I'm so glad you asked. A little while back, about 2 weeks ago, a very fine, wonderful, generous soul by the name of Phaedrus actually purchased for me a copy of Helldivers, and I feel bad because I know I have not streamed it, but I have been playing it a lot in my spare time, and I didn't mean to jump here. I'm an idiot. Oh well, I can work with this. Anyway, I have been having so much fun with Helldivers. The way it's designed, the gameplay, even the microtransaction store is built in a way where it's like, hey man, you can spend money on this. Or you could just do some missions and buy it with the stuff you earned in-game. And if you miss out on it, it's okay. It'll come around again. And by the way, you can only buy a certain amount of things each day. Because we're not going to put the entire store up in bankruptcy. Like, what a way to do things. What an ace company. And Christian, that's fair, dude. I'm finding it harder and harder to install games that don't have some sort of kernel access level. So the way I've got it set up, this PC is basically for gaming and absolutely nothing else ever at all. I mean, Box, that's fair. Like, if you know, it's not your style, it's not your style. That's how I was with Elden Ring. Like, it had everything that made it a great game. I just couldn't really get into it, you know? Oh, Raven, it's because nobody's compressing things anymore. Like, everything is uncompressed 4K textures. Oh, Christian, that's weird. Yeah, Kevin, that's how I try to run things. Granted, not like I do much else with a computer. I also really enjoy how much discourse there's been over Helldivers. Like, it reignited everything about Starship Troopers. Hey, wait, hold on. Isn't today the 11th? Wasn't the Hornet supposed to go up in price today? Hold on, let's go by... Let's go by the pledge store. And just find out. Because I said it was going up today. I think it was for today. That makes sense, you know, the 11th. I'm pretty sure they said it was going up on the 11th. Standalone ship, Hornet. Has not gone up yet. Hold on. Was that under announcements? I think that was under announcements, yes. Ah, after it ends on March 11th. That's not, that doesn't tell me the particular time. So I guess technically that's supposed to be on the 12th then is when it goes up. Yeah, Raymond, I'm not a big fan of meta. Whenever I played Magic, I specifically played non-meta because it's like, great, you're just playing the same 3 decks that other people play. Like, you've got this game with thousands upon thousands of cards and you see the same 12. And, like, I understand meta because you want to have the most viable and efficient build of a thing. But sometimes you just find a really cool idea and you want to run with it. Ooh, coyote, that's a good question. Honestly, Anathema, I have not looked at anything on the Master Modes discourse, nor have I really got to participate in Master Modes. And honestly, I kind of want to wait until it hits like Wave 1 just to experience it as a newbie, you know? Yeah, exactly, Scott. Also, Scott, I don't remember if I said hi earlier when you came in. Just in case I didn't. It's good to see you. And yeah, Kevin, like, I just want to have fun. Except in Star Citizen. I always fly the most efficient ship for the thing I want to do, instead of the ship that I enjoy. Yes. That's why I fly the Caterpillar. Who would that be taking off? Sarpalaxin. I feel like I've taken that medicine. Yeah, Adam. I'm just a meta kid. In my Caterpillar. One day they'll fix those guns being off kilter. One day. That is true. I do love the Buccaneer. Tell you what the most OP thing in Helldivers is, though. The Hell Pod. The little pod you spawn in. Was fighting a Bile Titan with some friends earlier. And I got rocked by someone's judicious use of a grenade launcher. And they spawned me back in, and I'm coming through, and I planted my Hell Pod straight through the spine of the Bile Titan. Now, did I do it on purpose? No. No, I did not. But I got the kill and the achievement for it, and it was beautiful. It was glorious. Yeah, Adam, get some sleep, man. Have a good night. Oh, Raymond, I get it. I get it. Even just playing with friends, it's like, okay, we all have a different vision. And clearly, we might need to let someone know that we're going to do a 380mm orbital bombardment before deploying the bombardment. I mean, you know, Anathema, there's been quite a few missions where I just shout for democracy while I run in with a grenade in my hand, cooking it but never throwing it.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Like, somebody's got to manage it, you know? My life for Super Earth. Oh, really? That's fine. I'll probably have to log out after I sell anyway. I'm going to take the lovebirds and drop them off at a restaurant. Because it is the lumps last night in America. Yeah, Justin, what happened? I mean, Anathema, you're not wrong. You are not wrong at all. Or just any CCR. Like running through the jungle while you are literally running through the jungle. Kevin, no. One of them is a friend. Or technically a friend of a friend. And the person that we don't like is the guy dating said friend. Like, she's fine, but her taste in this person is not. Like, you ever have a friend who starts dating someone and you finally meet the person they're dating and you're like, my God, what do you see in this person? Like, there are no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Stanton's capital of commerce.
Like,
Whatever your transaction, we wish you a beneficial and prosperous
like
stay.
you just really, you question a lot. Yeah, Justin, you didn't lose anything though, right? Oh, Kevin, I've mostly been, like, drinking about it and complaining about it, so it hasn't been the worst time. It's just, they say ultra cringe stuff because this is a 28-year-old person who's never done anything with their life, never had a job, their mother still cuts their food, and they think they're incredibly deep and knowledgeable about a world they've never participated in. And they have just absolutely boggling opinions. I mean, anathema, that's fair. I've had a couple myself. Like, I think after they get dropped off at the airport tomorrow, we're probably going to be like, listen, there's better out there. There's much better out there. Well, Crouton, they think they're a poet. They prefer modern abstract art. David Lynch is their favorite director. They call themselves an anarchist while living on the government dole for the last 10 years, never having a job. And when in America, prefer shopping at Walmart because the prices are cheaper, despite other places that have a much better worker track record. Also, they like ska, which is fine, but when you force me to listen to it in my own car, like, there are two ska things that I like. Would You Be Impressed by Streetlight Manifesto, because it came on Spotify one day while driving, and it was fun. And Grave Danger, which, while they do ska, it's all Halloween themed. And I like Halloween. Oh, yeah. Sadly, Anathema, the closest Buc-ee's to me is in Tennessee. And I'm not driving that far with this person in my car. Scott, not the ones this person put on. Not the one they put on. Yeah, Crouton. That's like everyone involved has just been like, wow. Also, I was told that his smell precedes him. I cannot smell. But I know there was at least one incident when they went without soap for 2 weeks. Not because they couldn't access it. They just didn't want to have to go get it. Yeah, no, Kevin, this isn't any sort of like Bob Marley ska. This is a bunch of dudes who've lived in the same city for 10 years are just playing the most milquetoast version of what ska could be. Negative, Raymond. They do not. They do not. They do not. I mean, Scott, I think you can do a band with a horn section. Or at least, you know... I guess it would be a horn section, wouldn't it? You know, Anathema, that's a very good question. I wouldn't mind applying actual mace. Like, I cannot smell. I take a shower minimum once a day. Because, again, I cannot smell.
Obey all security and customs personnel
Welcome
at all times.
to the ASOP
Now, I will say,
system.
Safety.
full disclosure, again, there are ska songs that I like. But they are like, Give Up the Ghost by Grave Danger.
Your vehicle has been
And
delivered
if
to the following
anything,
location.
they're kind of just like parody Halloween songs.
Thank you for visiting our port, Stanton's capital of commerce. Whatever your
Ah,
plans
yes,
are,
Scott.
we wish you a beneficial
Oh, Scott, how
and
about,
prosperous
I got another one for you. What if you had a tooth rot out of your mouth, and then you never did anything about it, and then the root got infected? Is that based? Because that's what happened with this person. They were basically forced to go to the doctor. And you gotta remember, this is in Scotland. You know, where you don't have to make a rent payment just to get in the door of a doctor's office. And, you know, I'm not entirely sure about their dental. Hey, Raymond, you're in the UK. What's the dental system like over there? You gotta pay out of pocket for everything? Raven, I'm gonna say 2. Mass Effect 2. I prefer the gunplay in the first one. Because the cooldown system was novel at the time versus just, you know, generic mag reloading. Okay, so Rhino, dentists do make you pay? Oh, Truxton, yeah, this is all modern ska. That's what they listen to. So, Raven, I would say Mass Effect 2 is the best one, because you have to contend with the only reason that you have been brought back to life is to be an agent of a quasi-terroristic organization who has very questionable philosophies. And you have to contend with the moral dilemma of, do you owe them and are you an agent of them? Or do you say screw it and go actively against them? Like, I feel like it's well written, allowing you to make that choice. At the same time, the amount of characters you have are just completely well written. I mean, Anathema, I didn't know if it was like money versus technology. Okay, so you know what? Maybe I'll give that one to them. Maybe I'll give that one to them. Ooh, Coyote. Ooh. Now that's a take. Also, yeah, the finale in Mass Effect 2, the absolute bonkers backspace run. Yeah, Truxton, yeah, you're right. Like, with the Mass Effect 2, you just absolutely have the capability to be like, well, yeah, okay, they brought me back to life. But man, are they kind of bad dudes? But maybe I should be an agent of theirs. And then you have characters like Jack. I really enjoyed Jack. She was written well. A lot of emotion under that anger. And Legion. Oh my god, Legion. Legion. Legion is probably one of my favorite characters. Like, I got a soft spot for robots reckoning with their own, you know, awareness. And how could you ignore Legion? Yeah, see, CG, that's the kind of dialogue I'm here for. I want to see people absolutely tear themselves and others apart, talking about Cerberus. Were they right? Were they wrong?
Thank you, and please visit again.
And then, okay, I know he didn't have a lot of story, but Zaid Masani. I think he was a pre-order character, actually, for 2. I loved Zaid. He was an excellent character who did not get enough fleshing out. That is correct, Raymon. And you think Scotland invented bacon. And yeah, Arcurious, Legion was the Geth dude. It's like, Legion, why did you use my armor? There was a hole. Raven 3 had the unfortunate task of wrapping up the story. And wrapping up a story is one of the hardest things you can do. And Mass Effect is known for the swath of choices you can make. Unfortunately, all the choices you make basically boil down to one of 3 options. And I think they went back and retconned it and added some stuff later on, but I bought it the night that it came out and basically burned through it. And there was lack of follow-up with some of the most meaningful, to me, characters from the previous games. There was an online portion that could directly affect your single-player game. So if you no longer have access to that, things could be a little challenging. Also included loot box transactions. And it just... None of the endings are good. Out of all the endings you have available to you, in the original version anyway, of Mass Effect 3, all of them just really feel like a... Really? This is it? Out of all these games, and everything that I have done, this is what it boils down to. Yeah, anathema. I wonder if they had better writing for their conclusion. Now, Deus Ex, I cannot comment on that, because I never got to play Deus Ex. You guys will have to fill me in there. Yeah, I can't really make that jump, multi-glass. Oh, Raymon. Oh no. Oh no. Anathema, what have you done? Raymon, I will say this is definitely not the place to talk about it. But yes, things of that nature do exist. You know, Raven, I will say that is correct, because I find myself saying this isn't what I wanted a lot. But alright. Gonna head to Grimhex. Hang her up the ship. And end it there. You know, I don't. I never actually got to see Babylon 5. I mean, Kevin, like, Deus Ex could have been. It didn't have all the marketing behind Mass Effect. I mean, Kevin, I'm very tempted to. I really thought about hanging around the restaurant and seeing if I can get the waiters to mess with them. Yeah, like, you know, I feel like a little bit of that was also in Mass Effect 2. Like, you had, oh god, what was his name? Like, there was the assassin, the green dude. It's like, this guy goes around killing people for a living. But he's got a terminal disease. And he makes everything very spiritual for himself. And it's like the moral ambiguity there with this guy. I forget his name. He had Kepler syndrome, I think it was. Yeah, of course, Kevin. We'll be here all week, unless, of course, something happens. Oh, so is this flight stick? Wow, okay, that's actually working for that. Okay. Sorry, I've got my flight stick plugged in for Brew Barons still. I didn't realize that it was attached to my face in Star Citizen. This feels slower than usual. Right, I replaced it with an Erebos. Forgot about that. Forgot we did that for fuel efficiency. Whoops. Totally forgot. No wonder it's taken me so long to get across the galaxy. I say that, the solar system, my god. Oh, you done civil expeditions? What is expeditions? Oh, right. The Mudrunner game. All right, I forgot about that. Oh, really, Raymon? N64, huh? My first console was a Sega Genesis. I miss that thing. Which was briefly followed by an original Nintendo until my sister used it as a trampoline. See, Raymond, I really miss the Genesis. You guys remember the Sega does what Nintendo don't? You guys remember the Legend of Zelda cartoon? It's on Tubi now. I watched an episode the other day, and that was oh, that was rough. Oh, that was rough. That was very rough. Oh, Coyote, what? Well, that is awful. That's why you always put the thing on your door that says "Do not disturb" until it's time to leave. Yeah, because at the end they had Lou, what's his face, singing the, do the Mario.
Landing complete. Have a business to say.
Docking initiated. Docking denied. Landing gear down.
Landing pad assigned.
And of course it would be super dark. What else do we expect Grimhex to be? Alright.
Have a business to say.
Another day of seeing nobody at all whatsoever. Nah, Anathema, we'll just squint harder. Pierce the veil. That is a pretty good quote, Coyote. Alright, go store this thing. Make sure the two little goblins are ready for their little date.
Welcome. Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
There we go.
Please visit.
But alright, time for me to log out. Go take care of these poor fools. Watch the moocher mooch. Maybe we can hear some more cringe facts on the way home. So you guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy yourselves. We'll get back at this tomorrow. And, you got pets. Hug your pets. Maybe Maybe give him a treat for me or something. Go for a walk with him. But alright. You guys have a good night. Enjoy yourself. Have some fun. And drink some water. And as always, keep on trucking. Have a good night, guys.